So here's the gear that I would carry with me if I was going for a day walk.
Hi, I'm just down at Motukarara Domain, just looking at some of the gear I take with me when I go tramping. And so what I have here is the gear that I take when I go for a day walk. I've just laid it out on the table, and what I'll do is I'll just go through and look at all of the different items, and I'll just give you a bit of an idea how I use them, and the items that aren't here as well. This is the gear that I take with me when I go for a day walk. So the first thing, obviously a pack, and so my Vord 40 litre pack is acting as my day pack at the moment. I'm in the market for something lighter, like a 30 to 35 litre pack, but at the bottom of my list of priorities just at the moment. The other items I've got laid out on the table here, so I'll just have a look at them. So to start with, we've got wet weather gear. So I use a Stony Creek Stoic jacket, and then I've also got some warm clothes in this bag here. So that's a warm woolly hat, a pair of gloves in there. This is some safety equipment. So I've got like a survival kit in an old tin with tape around it, and it's got things in it like matches and fishing line and that kind of thing. I carry a compass with me. The wee small black bag here is what I put my keys and my money into. I've got like a wee money fold that I put cash into. Obviously a hat, so sometimes I'm using like a bush hat, sometimes I'm using a baseball cap. Water, obviously, I normally carry 2 water bottles. I've only got one here, so that's why there's only one on the table. And then this bag here basically contains safety gear in there. So I've got my locator beacon, my first aid kit, and I also have like a safety bivvy in there. I've got like a sole breathable bivvy, just in case I get benighted or something happens to me and I have to spend a night outside. Most of this gear, its use is self-explanatory really. Just a couple of things. I do have a GPS unit, but I still tend to go with maps and a compass. GPS units are great. They work really well, and you know it's a good piece of kit, and I have one. But I come from that old school where we learnt how to navigate with maps and compasses, and that's just the way that I feel the most comfortable with. I do use the GPS. It's especially good if you're up in places like on the tops and it's cloudy or misty and you can't see where you're going to, or if you're going into some dense bush, you can like waylay a track, and then it just kind of keeps you on track better than a map, because you know obviously in a big thick dense bush you can't see where you're going, you can't find any waypoints to point you in the right direction. Yeah. So one other item that I don't have here is when I go tramping I have a bag with some warm clothes in it, and so that's not actually with this, but I do take it with me on day trips. And so what I have in there is I've got a merino top and I've got a pair of merino leggings, and so you know if it got cold or if you found yourself benighted, you were stuck up on top of a mountain and you couldn't get down because it was too dangerous in the dark, you just put those warm clothes on, and then I put all the warm clothes I have on, and then if I get in my bivvy bag, that's enough to keep me going overnight. I probably won't get hypothermia. Yeah, it depends on the temperature really. But yes, I don't have that here, but that's the other item I do carry with me. No backpack is completely waterproof, regardless of what the pack companies tell you. So what you need to do is you need to have some kind of bag inside of your pack to keep your gear warm and dry, sorry. And so what I have in this case with my day pack is I just have a plastic rubbish bag, and so I put all my gear inside the plastic rubbish bag and then twist the top up and then just fold it over into the pack. And then so that's going to keep your gear inside of it dry. If you have to go through a river, it's still going to be dry. If it starts raining, your gear's all going to be dry. And then that just basically keeps it safe and dry for when you actually need it. So I have my packs ready to go all the time. So my day pack is in a cupboard at home, and it's got all of the gear that I need for a day trip in it. So basically all I need to do is grab it, and then there's some things I know I need to put into it. So I know I need to put food, water into my pack. I don't leave a warm top in my pack because I use them for day walks and also like overnight walks. So that's another thing that I have to put in my pack. But basically 90% of the stuff that I need for a trip is there, and then if I decide to go for a trip, I just grab my pack and I know everything's in it, and then I can just go off and do my trip. Do the same thing with my overnight bag. I keep all my gear in there so it's all ready to go, and so basically again I know it's all in there. I just need to grab my bag, and then when I want to go for a trip, I just grab the bag and I go, and I know I've got everything in it, and the only thing I need to put in is food and water and warm clothing, warm top, and that's it. So hopefully that gives you a bit of an idea of the kind of stuff I take with me on a day trip. You don't need to carry as much gear on a day trip. What you need is warm clothes to keep you warm and alive in case you find yourself in trouble. You need some kind of wet weather gear, food, drinks, and there's a bit of safety gear you have to carry. So PLB is a good idea. Maps, compasses so that you can navigate, head torches, and obviously a first aid kit, because you should always have a first aid kit with you.